It began with a desperate plea on what appeared to be a cancer-stricken family's GoFundMe page. A sob story that one hoax detective says turned out to be a tall tale. Tonight, inside the investigation, as she says she uncovers a couple's attempt to exploit their supposed illness online and confronts them. Here's ABC's Alex Perez.
It's a heartbreaking saga.
Let's keep looking through their website.
Hey, my name is Julian. I'm making this account for my sick husband, Jason Taylor. I have never done this before, and he could really use all the help he can get.
Jason Taylor Martinez, apparently stricken with a bewildering variety of cancers.
He has been sick all his life with cancer off and on, but for the past 5 years, he has had a brain tumor, which is now 3, stomach tumor, and now stage 4 bone cancer.
So Jason's loyal husband, Julian Baker, takes to the crowdfunding internet site GoFundMe to make a passionate plea with the headline, "Help Save a Life." It's a story Taryn Harper Wright says she knows all too well. The touching tale, the emotional pleas for help and money. There's just one problem.
She thinks they're lying.
My name is Taryn Harper Wright, and I am a hoax hunter.
The 37-year-old former futures trader from Chicago prides herself on being called the internet's premier fake illness detective.
I used to read Nancy Drew books. I mean, it's sort of something like that, just sort of getting to the bottom of a story.
Taryn says she cracked 17 cases of suspected illness fraud in the last 3 years. Part of the soaring internet crime rate that the FBI says costs consumers $800 million a year.
Her first hoax, busted way back in 2012, might sound familiar. Remember little Eli Durr, the courageous 6-year-old cancer survivor known as Warrior Eli?
I think he had 3 different types of cancer at one point.
The internet had been humming with his story for years, but Taryn Wright was skeptical. On a hunch, she tried searching the web for other places the Durr photos might have appeared. Lo and behold, this image of Eli's siblings in sunglasses, posted on their dad's supposed Facebook page, also appeared on a site of a popular mommy blogger in, of all places, South Africa.
I probably discovered over 70 images of my children.
Eli's entire story, a fake.
I didn't realize until after the first hoax that I uncovered, I didn't realize how much this impacted people.
We met with Taryn just as she was preparing to post her latest case to her blog, taking a last look at Julian and Jace's GoFundMe appeal before posting.
Please, everybody, he could use all the help he can get.
So you read that, and automatically that's pulling at your heartstrings there if you don't know more.
Taryn says that what he really has isn't cancer, but is in part a psychological behavioral condition known as Munchausen by internet.
Munchausen by internet is a term I coined back in the year 2000 to refer to cases in which people go online and either lie about or exaggerate illness.
Psychiatrist Dr. Mark Feldman is a preeminent expert on bogus illness claims.
They do that because they like the emotional gratification they get from having people pay attention to them.
But what are Jason and Julian's claims? And why is Wright so convinced they're wrong?
To start, she says Jason doesn't seem to know the first thing about the cancer he has supposedly been battling for years.
The way that he's describing things, he can't name the type of cancer that he has. He knows that it begins with a C.
And she says the couple's claims of a fatal illness seem contradicted by Jason's apparently healthy appearance in photographs. Dr. Feldman agrees.
There's a photograph of him holding a child, looking robust.
Even claiming Jason has rust in his blood from staples allegedly left inside his body that he says put him on dialysis.
This was among the most highly suspect cases I've ever seen, and I've been looking into these cases for 20 years.
The most egregious post, according to Taryn Wright, this picture of Jason allegedly close to death from cancer and pneumonia, laying in a hospital bed.
If he had pneumonia, if he had a blood pressure of 174 over 100, the doctor apparently told him he was on his deathbed. He would have an oxygen mask over his face. He would have an IV. He would not have, again, like a mask that they give you at the airport when you have a cough.
The monitoring machines, according to Wright's skeptical fellow bloggers, seemingly not actually connected to his body. And, of course, their repeated requests for money.
Their focus keeps being on money. And so I do think this falls into the criminal realm.
Criminal? Julian has previously been arrested and convicted of negotiating worthless instruments. But Taryn says this case all comes down to that GoFundMe page with a $45,000 fundraising goal.
How much money have they raised so far?
$1,870. And when you look at the stories of the people who have donated, I wish I could do so much more. I'm literally in tears right now looking at your page. I'll send you more when I can.
For Taryn Wright, it's time to press send.
You're about to go live with this?
I'm about to go live with it.
The response? Almost instantaneous.
Now I just got one from Jason, the guy that has cancer. What the hell? It's not a hoax. Why would someone lie about being sick? I would never. That's not right. I'm not a faker. That's crazy. Why would you even say that to me? Chemotherapy treatments do not require a copay when you're a Medicaid patient.
The couple insisted they were telling the truth, posting on their GoFundMe page, "I'm really sick and going through a lot, and people want to say this kind of stuff, it hurts us bad. Why would anyone want to lie about anything so painful as this?"
But just 4 days after Taryn revealed her findings, GoFundMe terminated the campaign and refunded all 60 of their donors. GoFundMe told us they removed the campaign due to a high velocity of complaints and said in a statement, "We remove any accounts that we deem to be fraudulent, ban the campaign organizer from our site, and work actively with law enforcement to help them prosecute criminal activity."
After Taryn's story posted, Jason and Julian set up a time to meet with ABC News to tell us their side of the story, but canceled at the last minute. After repeated attempts to interview them failed, we went down to rural Alabama to pay them a visit.
We're coming up on the trailer home that we believe Jason and Julian live in. Hello, hi ma'am. My name is Alex Perez with ABC News. We're trying to find Julian or Jason. Can you help us out?
They don't live here no more.
The landlord later told us they left suddenly without notice and owed money.
Did you hear anything about a website, someone on a website named Taryn Wright? Taryn Harper Wright? Do you know, were they sick? Do you know if any of them was sick?
I know Jason was supposed to be on oxygen 24/7, but as far as cancer, I'm not really sure.
We're gonna call them while we're here and see if we can find them. Let's try Julian first.
The subscriber you have dialed is not in service.
It's a voicemail.
The silence wouldn't last long. The couple reaching out to us by email, denying they had done anything wrong and saying they would talk to us when they were ready. We're still waiting to have that conversation.
Based upon the evidence, this is made up from day one.
Taryn sees the takedown of Jason and Julian's GoFundMe as another feather in her cap, something that would make Nancy Drew, if she were real, very proud. For Nightline, I'm Alex Perez in Chicago.
Taryn is a contributor to ABC's sister network, Fusion, and recently signed on with a production company to develop a TV show centered on her investigations.